Alright guys, welcome back to the Soul Burner 876 channel. We just have a quick Plunder Patrol deck profile for you with Otis Loban, aka Booba, but without further ado, we're just going to go straight into the deck profile. Alright, so you can begin.
Alright, so beer essentials, you have to play all the Plunder Patrols, all at 3. It's
Okay.
essential because the deck requires having as many Plunder Patrol pieces as possible for the reason that they need them for discard follow.
So you need them to discard so they
Yeah.
get effects in the grave and stuff like that.
That is part of it, but the reason is because the extra deck monsters require you have to have Plunder Patrol cards, and this is the only way to really cycle through cards. You have to have all of them as much as possible. And you
Okay.
need to see them because they are the ones that specifically go into certain other cards that would require the combo.
Okay, so then basically make all your plays as
Correct.
well as them needed to make your other cards function.
Correct.
Alright, that's understandable.
Now, you can say some of them are more important than others. For example, Golden Ear is your recursion. White Ear is what gets you going in the game. Unless, of course, you're someone that wants to spend a lot more money and wants to maybe go into the what's it called again? Alifibrox
Oh,
combo
how to
thingy.
Fibrox.
Yeah, that crap. But we're gonna go cheap today. We're not gonna go with all that.
Well, stick to
pocket
the
burner.
budget.
Yeah, this is all budget. So you have that. You have your starters. These are your main starters. This was to filter whenever it's sent to the graveyard from hand or from monster field. It discards a card and draw a card.
Oh, draw speed.
Yeah, whenever this is sent from monster field or hand, it re-equips.
Okay.
This special from deck, as Whitebeard and Gold, you can discard a combo from the graveyard or discard another from the hand to special from a hand.
And then your monsters also get their effects from being equipped as well, right?
Correct, yes.
Alright.
So for example, the Fusion will be able to add a card if it's equipped when it uses effect. And the other two excellent monsters, except Blackbeard, will require it to be equipped for it to be quick effects. In the case of these two, their effects lock you into Plunder Patrol. Another reason why you need to have Plunder Patrol cards because you won't be able to summon after you use, special summon after you use their effects. So it's very important that you have more of them to be able to go off.
Alright, no problem. So that should be it for the Plunder Patrol monsters that you play.
Correct.
Alright.
So this is what you call having land traps because that's an essential in the meta, but also being cheap. So the cheapest hand traps you can find that work well in the deck.
And one of the best hand traps at the current moment would be the DD Crow.
Essential in the meta. There are some cards that you just can't have staying there in recursion because, for example, in the mirror match, if somehow the guy gets rid of my golden ear and I can't find more and I can't go off, I just die.
Okay.
Some matchups, they just want to use one turn to make them feel. They go like, "Perp," and then just go, "Perp," breaks, stop, they're just done.
Unless them box you for $1 million, but
Yeah, that's all possibly, but boxing off for $1 million after your artist give me $1 million, they really do much. Unless they want to end and make me box them for $1 million.
makes sense. Makes sense.
It's fine, it's fine.
Alright, so we play 2 spooky nun and 2 junker.
Oh, and this is also special for other reasons. It's water. It's less than 1500 attack, so it's perfect for a few other cards that work.
Okay.
Go in the deck.
It's a nice little way to use other cards.
Yeah. So next cards, essential combo pieces.
Okay.
This is part of the deck as well. So as well, they can be used as discard fodder, but unfortunately, they can't always go off. So you don't want to run too many of these because you need a Plunder Patrol monster to be on the field to use this, and you also need them to be in under field, at least 2. So sometimes this might be dead, but at the very least, you can use a discard fodder to use it to get this out if you have one monster. So there's a reason. They have to be played in the deck, but you can't play 3 of them because they can clutter.
As far as I see it, playing against this deck, these cards are retarded. But, yeah.
And this is what gets the deck to work. This is what discards cards, which actually beneficial on the deck, as well as searching a card, which is crucial because you need to have the right pieces to work properly. So yeah, this is how I run it. Some people I've seen run 3 of everything. I think that's dumb. It's always breaking on me, and maybe it's my luck. But I think statistically it's the worst way to run the deck.
Okay.
If you run it that way.
Alright. So we continue now with the spells.
You can add back 2 of every card monster in the deck. except DD Crow. If only it's good about DD Crow, then it's really the best card in
I
Yu-Gi-Oh!
realized that this is one of the most powerful cards in the deck currently. At first, I saw you play it and I was like, why? But then I realized that this card is immensely powerful in this deck.
Yes, you get back extenders and you get back a discard for one card. So you are the plus, and Spooky Nun will deter people for turns behind turns if them can't find some
Because
special.
you can add Spooky on as well.
Yeah, you can add Spooky Nun, so you can deter people over and over again from going at you. Can't play it on 3 unfortunately because it's a combo deck and you can't play certain cards that don't add to your combo necessarily without the right pieces like that. If you had 3 of this in your hand and 2 other cards that can't do anything, you're dead. Or 2 of this and yeah, you're dead. So you can't do that. People equip a stupid card. You have a stupid card in Yu-Gi-Oh! That says you can't go into extra deck. And you have a stupid card that goes in the field zone that stops you from playing Yu-Gi-Oh! So we need to get rid of those cards so you can actually play Yu-Gi-Oh! And you can tell the sour person to move from frontier after just beating them face.
So you just tell them to get good?
Yeah, get good.
Okay.
Activate say get good and then you're beating them face.
Okay, alright.
Yeah. 90% of this deck hits Ash. So 90% of the time I need this card. There are sometimes some matchups where you don't care and it's literally in some matches it's literally just there to wait for when they try to ash you.
Okay.
In some matchups. And that one time you call by the grave him ash and him scratch him head, him is about to lose because him couldn't stop the one thing he need to stop, but him not plan for stop from before.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then you can
and
also
people
be like
run call by the grave for some reason now. So
yeah, most players actually cut the card.
So they have the idea that once you ash, it's just going to be work, you know? People just think that no.
Okay.
No, I'm not work with that. Like, no.
Alright.
Find pieces quicker. Sure, you get rid of some of your cards in the deck, but you run most cards in trees, most cards that you have to find in trees.
You know what my name for this card is?
No, you don't like this card.
No. My name for this card is banish your shit and end up in a ditch.
Oh shit. Well, for you it's different, but
yeah.
Most players activate this and realize that alright, you have a board, you have cards in your hand, and
I'll get more cards.
And then all of a sudden, I'm gonna set 2 cards after I draw 2 cards. And I'm like, I really like how that look.
In recent times, I get it for favor the card, because I use it better. I realize somebody I use it bad, somebody need to get good. But yeah.
This is off topic, you know, but if your deck don't search enough, or if your deck don't set up quick enough, then there's no point in running this card. Unless like you have a lot of cards that they definitely need to see you really, really early. Otherwise, no.
Okay.
But yeah, bottom line, the deck has to run cards like this. And you can't run the other one, will cost $50 because your extra deck too important.
Okay.
If it weren't as important as it is now, then you could have run that instead and run
Extravagance.
Yeah, extravagance. We don't call name for those expensive cards here.
I mean, nothing wrong with that. We'll play average.
Play average.
Personally, I want this card. Just that's the super form.
I play this because I don't want to give him this card.
Wow, that's very cold.
Terraforming.
Earth Iron Red.
Man, it's so much more. It's terraforming.
Yeah, Earth Iron Red. Foolish Burial.
The field spell card can actually return a card from an extra spell and trap card zone to set itself back and return that card to your hand.
So this is your way for rob people for free.
So it's like a spell. What we call a card? The Blackwing card. What name?
It's cheating legally, you know. That's how I
whatever name.
Zephyrus.
Like bounce back cards and. So the recursion you can do turn by turn. Sometimes it actually happens when somebody say, "Oh, this try to field spell." It's like, oh.
So okay, guys, he's just showing you guys how to cheat for free.
It's not cheating, you know. It's just being better.
Alright.
Then you have these trap cards.
Plunder, Patroll, Booty, like.
Here's the thing about this card. I only run it at 2 because of my luck with it.
Okay.
Most persons can run it at 3 and be dandy, but for some reason, I kind of love me. So even when me use the desires, it don't want to leave. We can't even get 1 for banish. Much less to get the 2 banish and not find it. For some reason, when I start on, odds are 1 now starting 5 and the other one on top of me. After the odds, likely. But they kind of love me.
Not only did he show you guys a card to cheat, he just admitted to stacking, but that's fine.
No. You lost trouble with the boss,
okay.
not me.
Alright. Yeah, so he admitted to stacking. Let's move on.
Whatever you want, say. Oh, and in most matchups, essential, okay, you need to find this so you can recur, so you can like for example.
Because it's basically a color haunted, right?
It's a color haunted every turn and also
a DNA
change
transplant.
Exactly. So that way you actually can get to go up because you need appropriate attributes for the main monsters to work because they require your opponent to have a certain attribute in graveyard or field to work. So this is why this is essential. But I can't run that tree. If you feel comfortable, feel free.
Okay. So we're moving on to the other traps.
I run 4 no's.
Just no and no.
Yeah, just no.
Mercy said no.
Unfortunately, there's a card in the meta that says you can use materials or which link for or whatever, and you just can't stop it and you can't know it. And just kill your field and it'll box you.
But are you talking about access
no,
code?
I'm not call cards.
No, because 50, I mean you can negate the summon.
No, listen.
So basically, if it costs more than $50, you just can't negate the summon.
We don't call it. What happens is this. People call a card and they usually can't box them for game because 90% of the time when people actually call a card, they don't actually box them for game.
Okay.
Next turn, usually I always get them cards for some reason. Whenever I already can't use them.
Guys, he's admitting to stacking again, but that's fine.
And then I can't kill it because they might bucket it for the stupid 6-4 or whatever monster and it's got box and I can't really do anything with this.
Okay.
But that's usually what happens.
So basically when you say no, they say no, you can't win. Alright. Okay. So that's it for the main deck, guys. Let's move on to the extra deck now and see what the spice is in the extra deck. Okay.
This is not the right extra deck actually. My bad.
So guys, he just wanted to show you a wafu.
Yeah, so
wait a minute, what's this card doing here? This is not a Salamangreat deck.
See, the thing is, at some point in time, this card realized that Salamangreat was not good enough, so it joined the wrong stuff. Every other deck except Salamangreat.
That's very disrespectful, but okay.
So this card makes it possible for you to use second from the bottom, right? Oh, yeah. Make you use this card and one other card to make this card.
Okay, so basically this would be like that whole Halky Fibrax combo with Jet Synchron.
In a way, except that this locks you into, if you use this card from Graveyard Effect, it locks you into
the Plunder Patrols.
Okay. So if it weren't for that, this would literally be worse than Jet Synchron. Literally worse than Jet Synchron, if that was the case.
Okay, because it would open up a lot more doors in terms of combo ability.
Correct.
Okay.
So I understand why this is the way it is, because even as simple slight restriction would make it a bit more obnoxious and too many people be playing Magic.
Alright.
So yeah.
So we have Almirage and then we have the
Blackbeard. This is the main card for the deck. And oftentimes you'll find yourself in a situation where you ask, should I make Blackbeard or should I skip the small ones? The answer is make Blackbeard. Now the reason why is because you replace when you make Blackbeard, basically what you're doing is that you're replacing one of those monsters with a draw, with the potential to have more answers to your opponent.
Because basically you're still going to end up in the monster, you're just going to get a draw when you use him.
Correct.
Okay.
So oftentimes, especially in a matchup where you see where persons will be weak on one front. So if, say for instance, if you disrupt their monsters, then you kind of cripple them, or if you disrupt their backfield, you cripple them, then you only need one extra monster in that case. So if you're doing that, there's no point in summon 2 of the same extra monster because you can use once per turn anyway. So it's traded for a draw, and that draw could get you other pieces that you need. You could get a DD Crew, which might save your life. You could get a Nun that saves your life. It's better to just summon that monster. And I run 3.
And it's very fitting that I call it a Nun, because I mean, it just means that you're getting none. But yeah, we play 3 Blackbeard.
For some reason, Andrea bring on him struggles to my video. But anyway, so next monster, very essential as well. Key combo piece, the Fusion list. This card helps you because when you're reading the combos, you find yourself where you're losing monsters to the spell and trap zone, because when you're using your effects in your opponent turn, you're putting them in the spell and trap zone, and this can special them back out, giving you another way to extend in your turn or your opponent turn, or you could spend an attacker, because these actually get very beefy very quickly, because almost all the spell cards help in some way to pump. The fusion spell in the form of searching for other patrol cards, or the equip spell which directly pumps, and the field spell which pumps everything in spell and trap zone that's upon the patrol card. So the equip spell itself with the field spell will give you the monster equipped grand and ended up on the patrol monster 500.
So basically, guys, this monster here just allows you to cheat for free in your opponent's turn, which the deck normally does that, but it allows him to cheat for free in his turn and your turn.
Anything better than what Andre do is called cheating.
Okay, so
Alright, so next, Black Ship. Black Ship, one banish monsters. Oh, by the way, this negates monster effects. This card's to negate monster effect. If this is equipped, when it does that, then you get to add. This one, if it is equipped, it's a quick effect, and you can discard a monster, or sorry, Plunder Patrol card, and banish a monster your opponent control. And if you do, then you can add a control spell. And actually, let me correct that. Not if you do, then you can add. So even if you don't banish a monster for whatever reason, you still get to add.
okay.
As you can see so far, everything here says draw or add, hence my disdain for Ash. I want to run more a third card by the grave, but space kinda tight.
Because Ash negates the whole card
Ash negate
effects.
deck.
Okay.
Further to that point,
Big ship sailing on the ocean.
this one punishes spell and traps by discarding a Plunder Patrol card to then add a Plunder Patrol monster.
So we
More
don't.
Ash fodder.
Salamangreats
So-
don't like this card. We don't
So
like
that's
this card.
11 cards out of my deck that Ash don't really agree with, and they don't really agree with Ash.
The call by the grave
So call by the
is
graves are
understandable
essential.
now.
Yeah. Card by the grave. Hate card by the grave. Alright, so these cards come at once. This is one card. So what Toe does
Totally
is
awesome.
it tributes itself to negate a card, and if it destroys it, which means it has to be on the field, it gets to set the card. Or sorry, field under our deck.
Because it's totally awesome.
That doesn't mean Ash for you dumb people, but yeah.
But if it could, that would be totally awesome.
This is the same card, but at different points in time in the game. This is for when I haven't gotten a chance to set up, so I don't have any link monsters in the graveyard. I'm just using a tuna, which there are two different tunas in the main deck. That being golden here and white here, the two extenders. So if you find them on any of the other two monsters, you can just make any of these two monsters, and they give you a little negation to help fend off opponents that are annoying,
Okay.
like Drizzy here. Who spends, yeah. So that's it for the extra deck and main deck.
Alright. Well, guys, that's gonna do it for the video. You know, as always, you can like, comment, share, and subscribe. And, you know, we'll see you next time on Soulburner 876. Till then, peace.